Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and this is my show buddy, Heather. Hi, Heather. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty darn good. I'm freezing my cahooties off, though. It is 65 degrees in Key West, and the wind is just incredible. It's so breezy today that I'm actually in sweats.
I'll bet the chime is going a mile a minute.
I don't hear him at all. It must be blowing from the wrong direction.
Oh,
I can't even hear him. How odd is that? Well, I just want to say welcome to Jenny and Teresa. Welcome. How are you all today? And anybody that's out there and not in the chat, we appreciate you being here today. And we had a really busy weekend. So I hope you guys got to see the spiritual downloads last Tuesday and Terry Suzuki, Terry's Tales on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we had Valerie B with the new moon astrology, which was very educational as always. And yesterday was the wisdom circle. So we have 4 shows this last weekend. And if you didn't get a chance, they're all brilliant. And I hope you get a chance to go watch them.
yeah.
But for today, we're going to talk about discernment and intuition. But before we get there, we're going to see what Heather's cards have to say. And I just noticed that I have pink hair. Heather has a purple shirt, so we match our background. It was totally unplanned.
True. So anyway, we are celestial beings. And sometimes that's celestial. And sometimes we get caught up in the music and creating and doing things that start to make us not be as celestial as we could be. So while all of that's happening, our humans are trying to manifest things, and our souls are just kind of waiting, watching what we're doing. But basically, if you take on the fearlessness, don't be afraid. Don't think just because you're creating something that something might not work. As long as you're fearless, all the frequency shifts that you want to make will happen. So you need to be fearless for frequency changes. Okay? And remember, we are celestial, so we are going up.
Up, up, up.
Up, up, up.
Hey, White Dragon, how are you today? And how's that grandbaby girl? That you little cutie patootie. So today we're going to talk about discernment and intuition. One of the most important aspects of developing our intuitive intelligence is the power of discernment. Discernment is so important. Knowing what our intuition isn't is just as important as knowing what it is. And it applies to our intuition discernment is the ability to recognize the difference between the truth of our intuitive intelligence and the distortion of our emotions and past conditioning. That's a big one. It influences everything. The power of discernment can make or break our ability to accurately and successfully recognize and use our intuition when we most need it.
Mm-hmm. So many people make the error of believing that intuition.
Excuse me, you're reading me. Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you didn't say anything about that. Oh, you did. I am so sorry.
Okay.
I finally figured out what I did. Okay.
Discernment. I'm going to go ahead and read what's up here. The ability to recognize the difference between the truth of our intuitive intelligence and the distortion of our emotions and past conditioning. Because intuition is neutral. It's sourced from our higher self, our soul, our spirit, or even source. Many people make the error of believing that intuition is emotional or that it stems from our emotions. But intuition is based not in emotion because it's neutral, because it's sourced from our higher self, soul, or spirit, and it's not connected to the ideas of good or bad, right or wrong, positive or negative. As such, has no connection to emotion.
Okay.
Now,
So-
it's,
Go ahead.
now it's your turn.
No, I thought maybe you wanted to say something. So, intuition guides us to our personal truth, and truth just is. There's no emotional charge to it. Our feelings may be part of discernment, but relying on our feelings alone for discernment is misleading and self-destructive. We don't want to discount our feelings, but we need to test and examine them. Understand the difference between our thoughts and feelings is critical in discerning the process, in that whole process of discernment. And discernment requires emotional awareness and clarity of thought. So if we are triggered by a lie and are reacting out of unresolved trauma, we won't have the ability to discern properly. This is what causes us to project our predetermined opinion on situations.
I just have to show you this from Gina M. We have 555 subscribers today.
How wonderful.
Isn't that cool? Thanks for telling us, Gina M. I have no idea what 555 means, except for change. I said 555. What do fives mean in numerology?
I'll check.
Anyway, what and how you think and feel about yourself directly affects your discernment. That's why healing the shadow and understanding who you truly are as a sovereign being is so important. Healing changes your perception of people, situations, and events, especially if you've been finding your identity in those people, situations, and events, instead of looking inside of yourself. New experiences take time to mature, so be patient with yourselves. The old ways may no longer work for us, but they're heavily ingrained into us. Take your time and let yourself practice discernment. Test it. Hang on. These are ways to practice discernment. Test it, examine it, scrutinize it, question it, investigate, and perceive. The goal of discernment is to lead us to discover our deepest desires and our truest selves. Discernment enables us to assess situations, pay attention to various clues, and approach our decisions mindfully.
And I was just going to let you know that the angel number 555 signifies a period of significant transformation and personal growth. Fits right in.
That's perfect.
It serves as a reminder that change is necessary for progress and that embracing new experiences will lead to a more fulfilling life. And change can be both challenging and exciting. So it fits right in with what we're doing.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah. Okay, so some characteristics of discernment. Some are humility. That's the content and open-handed, never arrogant motivations in check. And it's listening, far more than talking, attentively and non-judgmentally present. Then honesty, full disclosure and without pretense, posturing or hiding what's true. Abandonment, willingly releasing our preconceived notions in order to remain open. Indifference, caring less about process or outcome and open to various possibilities. Detachment, letting go of our attachments in order to properly attach to God or source or whatever you call it. Openness, honoring another's opinion, option, and opportunity. Take their ideas into account.
Then there's friendship, not seeing the other as wiser, smarter, and choosing to prefer others for their sake of harmony, unity, and grace. and community. The I, we, us is always more important than the I, me, mine. That's actually a really good analogy for moving from Pisces to the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, because the age of Pisces was more about me, I, me, and mine, and the age of Aquarius is all about community, which is always more our, we, and us, which is always more important than the I.
Mhm.
And you can see that in our political system and well, just our entire world. It's always about me, and power for me. And now all of a sudden, if you've noticed since 2012, it's becoming more and more about the collective. And I just love that. I think that's brilliant. I mean, we can actually see it in real time happening in our lives. I think that's wonderful. The power of discernment can make or break our ability to accurately and successfully recognize and use our intuition when we need it most. It is important to remember intuition is not based on emotion. It's neutral because it's sourced from our higher selves, spirit, or even source. It's not connected to the ideas of good or bad, right or wrong, positive and negative, and as such has no connection to emotion. Intuition guides us to personal truth, and truth just is. There is no emotional charge. Truth, neutral, solid, grounded isness. Did I miss this slide? Maybe I just need to take that one off. Where am I? Isness. Where we get confused is that a split second after we have that intuitive hit, we have an emotional response to the intuitive guidance. Now, how many of us know that's what happens? We get this intuitive hit, and then we try to break it down and assess it, and all our emotions and past come in to make that decision. It's just, it happens to each of us all the time until we learn not to, until we learn our discernment.
So without awareness and practice, we immediately make a judgment about the information held in that guidance,
Yeah.
just like you said, and where it might lead as good or bad, positive or negative. Do I want to do this? I don't know. The emotional charge comes from our response to the intuitive information, not from the information itself. If you do not have a consistent track record yet of being able to recall moments when you have recognized and used genuine intuitive guidance, this simple exercise will show you the feeling of truth and learn to intimately identify it.
This is brilliant, you guys.
Yeah, it really is.
Do you want me to read this? Oh no, you're reading it. You've got it on there.
Speak several statements out loud that are based on truth for you. These statements may be simple or profound, like, my name is, for me, Heather, but your name. Or, I live in, and you can name your state or your town. Or, I love animals. Or, I love classical music. Whatever is true for you, that's what you want to say. And come up with as many true statements as you can think of. And then say them out loud to yourself and observe how you feel when you say them.
How does your body respond to these truths? Do I have the right one?
Yep.
Up. Okay. What do you notice? Could you use a color or a sound to describe the feeling? Is there a sensation anywhere in your head or anywhere else? I get my upper chakras tingle, or the top of my head tingles. Describe, is there any is there a sensation anywhere in your head or anywhere else? Describe this truth thing as specifically and precisely as possible. Writing down your observations and sensations will help you ingrain the recognition more powerfully. You should notice a commonality in the feelings, regardless of what is being said. The truth will be the truth and will feel similar from statement to statement. Truth has a recognizable energetic fingerprint and your intuitive success will stand on or fall on your ability to recognize that fingerprint. Once you've gotten really clear about it, you can identify this feeling as your recognition of truth. Now, to the opposite side of the spectrum, we can begin to identify the opposite of truth, which is distortion.
Mm-hmm. Remember times in the past when you have felt negative emotions like fear, worry, anxiety, guilt, or shame. How do these emotions feel to you? If
Oops,
you're human, they will feel like crap. I'll be back.
just keep
Our
talking.
job in this discernment game is to get really specific about how that crap takes shape in our body. How do we know it? Does your belly hurt? Or does your chest tighten? Do you feel hot? Or do you want to shout or scream or run, flee? Do you get tongue tied or feel like you have to distract yourself to make the feeling go away? I wouldn't get tongue tied till I would be super nervous, and towards the end of it, I couldn't say anything. When I played the violin, I would do recitals and I would be fine till the very end. And at the end of it, my hand would start shaking, the bow would start going up and down, and I couldn't get a smooth note out anyway, because I was under control until the end. And then, so those are the kinds of things that that show that you're worried about things for me.
Right.
So you may get tongue tied, or make sure that you may take a minute or two to write down each of these negative emotional states and write down all of their identifying markers. Get very, very specific about how these negative states feel to you.
Once you've gotten super clear about how truth feels to you and how distortion feels to you, you can precisely identify the difference. Your ability to use discernment in real time and in real life situations will be greatly enhanced. I think this is just a brilliant exercise.
I do too.
Or the impressions you're noticing within your own awareness are the truth, or if there's something else. I'm sorry. With enough practice, you'll be able to tell in a split second if the information someone else is giving you, the situation you are presented with, or the impressions you are noticing within your own awareness are the truth, or if there's something else. From that state of certainty, you'll be able to make decisions that are based in wisdom and take actions that will move you forward for your highest good. No longer making knee jerk decisions based in fear and past conditioning that kept us stuck in the loop of repetition and bad habits. That's why it's so important to do the shadow work.
And I think it kind of reminds me of your muscle testing, because you know whether it's yes or no.
Mhm.
This is the same. By how you feel, you know whether it's true or it's not. It just doesn't involve the muscle testing. So it's cool.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
Discernment,
Amanda. Hi, Lark. Sorry.
that's fine. That's fine. Discernment is considered a virtue and is a reflection of and a tool of wisdom. As it applies to our intuition, it is the ability to recognize the difference between the truth of our intuitive intelligence and the distortion of our emotions and past conditioning.
It's amazing.
Mhm. Think of your discernment as a journey in which you're going to grow spiritually. You'll need time to research, to meditate, to work on your shadow, and to grow in your relationship with spirit. Spiritual changes take time. So be patient and compassionate with yourself on your journey.
And there you go. So, does anybody have any questions or anything to say about our presentation? Hi, Sonia.
Discernment.
Okay. If there's no questions, guess what we get to do? We get to read cards.
Okay.
By the way, next Saturday on our show, we're going to have Dr. Gail. She's going to be here on Saturday. We haven't had her here in a while, so I'm really excited to be able to see her. And then Tuesday, we're going to do a show on the Schumann resonance. And then the next Saturday, a week from Saturday, we have a friend of ours from Texas that's an animal communicator that's going to join us on our show. So that'll be fun. Get your pets out. I don't know if she's going to do readings on pets or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. She's pretty amazing. But for today, let's read some cards. Teresa, I love horses. Well, Heather and I both love horses, but
I used to do English shows.
we both adore horses, and I raised them in Texas for many, many years until
And
I moved
England.
here. And in England, yes, absolutely in England as well. So let me change this banner to 3-card mini readings. So let us know if you would like a 3-card mini reading, or if you have any questions about discernment. I'm pretty happy where my discernment is right now, but I still want to do that test just because it sounds so interesting.
I want to do that practice because I think it'll make things a lot easier.
I think it will. I think it'll just tune you in better and better.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to know how you feel when you know it's right and how you feel when you know it's wrong.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sonia. Please go back and watch it. It is something, and please share this. Discernment is so important in what we do in our everyday life. And if you enjoyed this, please share it with all your friends. I'm going to share it. Yes, discernment is a super important tool. Why didn't I put this up? Sonia says, I think it's a great topic, and I want to go back and watch the whole thing. Sorry I'm late, but this is a very good thing you're doing. This is something it's so important to be shared. Thank you both. Thank you, Sonia, for being here and for your comments.
Yes, we appreciate them.
We love your comments. And then Gina says, I found discernment an important tool. Absolutely. I wish I knew it earlier in my life. Isn't that the truth? We were too full of angst and emotions and
doing what we're told.
Yeah. Oh, you have many horses. Yes, I had many horses in England. I actually had shipped my mini horse stallion and 3 mares to England when I moved to England. So we did some shows in England. And then when I moved back, I got married and ended up moving back with Gypsy Cobs and starting the Gypsy Cob Registry with my sister when we, back in 2003. Sonia, is that a question you want to answer with the cards, or are you asking Heather and I that? Because I'm not quite sure.
I can answer that already. Yes, it is. How you handle this reason why it turned out the way it did.
There you go. There's your answer.
I don't need the cards for that.
Okay, so I've got cards for Teresa, cards for Gina M, and you already got your answer on that, Sonia. I hope that's good.
But if you'd like a card reading just for general, not on that question, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll be glad to do a 3-card reading on something else, on anything else. Just let us know. Okay, let's see. Teresa is first.
Okay.
I'm going to pull from 3 different decks because I just think that's insanely fun.
It is, and they do relate. I like that.
And they always relate. So I'm using the M bulk, which I finally learned how to say correctly. And then I'm using Angels and Auras. And then I'm using the Wisdom Oracle, Colette Baron Reed, which is this one.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
I don't want that one. I'm trying to figure out what third one is for me.
I understand. Okay.
Oh, I'll have to get that one.
Good job, Sonia.
Okay. So I have my Fairy Tarot deck, and I have the Metatron deck. And I'm trying to remember what this one's called. I think it's flags. And hold it. I use it a lot. Ain't that one? I'll find it.
Are you still looking for a third deck?
I have the third deck. But I don't remember what it's called, and I was looking for the book on it. I think it's called Energy. I think this is the one.
I don't see.
So you have Energy. So not going to tell you much by the back of the deck. Then the Metatron deck. And then my Fairy deck. It's Tarot. Okay. So we're doing Teresa.
Gotcha, Sonia. And where is White Dragon's Me, Me, Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. Okay, Teresa, I've got exchanging gifts. Oh, isn't that pretty in pink? I think that's a beautiful card. And what this is talking about is you have gifts to share. And gifts to share, you need to exchange that energy with something else, whether it's monetary or information, whatever. Just remember, life is a give and take, and exchanging presents is talking about that give and take. Then you've got the North Star. Isn't this fabulous? You're on your path. Let me read it. I am an embodiment of what I seek, walking with purpose while focused on my path. So they're telling you, keep following that North Star. You're on it. And trust. Okay, this is blessings in disguise. Trust, revelation, significance, and surprise. There's good stuff coming your way because you're on your path. Just be prepared. Sometimes the surprise is not what you expected, but just change your perception and move through it because you're on the path, and you just need to trust. Just trust in what you're doing and trust that you're getting the guidance that you need from Spirit.
And I like what she said about the surprises, because the first card that I have is storm warnings, which means there's maybe a surprise further on, but so it's going to take you unawares. Don't let it. Don't be upset by it, because it says that you just need to let go of people and things that don't work for you. Okay? That's all you need to do. If they don't serve you, let them go. And then the other sentence, don't be afraid to take the leadership role. Okay? And answer the calls that they're asking you. Listen for it.
She's on her. It's on her path. So
yeah. So just go ahead and answer when they tell you.
Gina M is asking if that's Amanda Ellis's Metatron deck.
Yes, it is. I was reading.
You know who Amanda Ellis is, right? It's the lady from England that we watch. That is always channeling Metatron.
Yes, it's her deck. It's a very nice deck.
Okay, next is Gina.
Okay. I'm sorry, I dropped some cards and I could have left them there, except that my dog loves.
To chew them. No, we don't want puppy
No,
cards.
I've already had to throw away 2 decks because they're.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, fortunately, they were duplicates, and so I still have them. And they're kept where she can't get them.
Hey, warrior girl. Welcome. We're doing cards. We kind of finished early today. It was an important show. There was a lot of information, but it went quick.
In a short time, yes.
But there was a really cool test for you that didn't see the show. There was a really cool test for you to do for yourself to get the feeling of what truth is. And then another test to get the feeling of what non-truth is. What did they call it?
Distortion?
Distortion. It's talking about the distortion that's in every choice we make, the distortion of our childhood. And
so you can just feel it when it's said. To make
I thought that test was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, I like that.
It does take a little time to choose 3 cards from 3 different decks.
Yeah, because you got to shuffle too. Okay, well, the first card I got was 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. And it has to do with love and compassion, but mostly self-acceptance. So you need to accept yourself. Okay? And lilac is what this one's called, and it has to do with opening up the higher realms for yourself and getting there. Okay? And magic, which we all are. We're just being us, we're magic. And it also says that you will have resolution to difficulties. And so the weight will be lifted off your shoulder, and it'll be so much easier to do both of these other things. And you'll be good on your own. It's not a codependency. You're not dependent on anybody else except yourself. And that's what will get you here, which is the lilac in the higher realms, and will help you accept yourself. And I'll turn it over to you.
All right. I love that. It was 3:33 in Florida. I'm in Florida too, Sonia. I'm in Key West. And I wanted to say hi to Our Shining Lights. I'm not familiar with Our Shining Lights, but I love that name. And let me see. And Jenny happened to say it was excellent information about discernment. Thank you, Miss Jenny. We appreciate that. And Teresa says, thank you both. You always give me courage when I feel like I stumble on my path. I'm delighted to do that. Thank you so much.
We have all been there.
Absolutely. Okay. I've got the dark days of winter to start. I must seek to befriend the hidden parts of self, the darkness that embraces the whole of who I am. So it's talking about making sure during these dark days of winter, when we have so much time inside to reflect and to go within, to do your shadow work, clear that shadow, look at under the light of the full moon. I like to release things during the full moon. I write them down and burn them in a little cauldron outside. But time to do some shadow work. And remember that there's no such thing as time, but all things move in a spiral. So don't worry about the time it's taking you to do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do. There's no hurry. It's timeless. There is no time. There's nothing to worry about. Keep doing what you're doing. And you're going to have some renewed connections, reunion, reconciliation, intimacy, or forgiveness. I'm seeing a renewed relationship with somebody on a different level.
Yeah.
But there needs to be there's some forgiveness involved in this. But it's actually a renewing of a relationship, and in a good way. In a good way. It's like whatever is missing is somehow found. Don't know. Very interesting. Let me know. Okay. That was Gina, right?
Freezing 69. I love that white dragon.
What?
White dragon said he just took out his dog and it's freezing 69. And I'm going, 69
freezing at
warm
6.
here.
I'm with you, Gina. Shadow work, yep, but we always have to do it.
Yep.
It is just a thing. We have to do it. I took out my dog this morning and it was 65, and I had a sweater on, which I never wear outside. Sometimes inside because the AC gets too cold, but this time it was freezing Florida.
And I took the dog out in her coat and in my coat in 29 degrees.
I love that. Trancing with Spirit. Hi, Sherry. She says 69 would be, I don't know what short weather right now here, but I'm sure it'd be nice. I'm not sure what short was supposed to be. I can't figure that one out. But great to see you, Trancing with Spirit. If you'd like a card, let me know. Or 3 cards. We're doing little 3-card mini readings. But Miss Sonia is up first, and she's in freezing Florida as well. Your blood gets thin and you get cold quick.
I thought your blood is, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you said it right. I was interpreting it wrong. Blood gets thinner in the cold, but if your blood is, thicker, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Thicker.
Yeah, so of course you feel the cold faster. Okay.
Yeah, it's very windy here too, but not as bad right now as it was this morning. This morning, the trees were all just going crazy. In fact, I really didn't want to walk under any of the coconut trees.
Or any tree, because if it's that cold, you have falling
Iguanas falling out of the tree. I really think that's the lower 60s or the 50s. I don't think it's.
Oh, not cold enough.
I don't think it really is. Are you ready to go, or you want me to go?
I don't care. You go ahead if you want.
Okay, I got the exchanging gifts card, which means energy exchanges, or you have some things to share, and you need to make sure that the sharing is reciprocal. You have the North Star, which means you're on your track. Just keep doing what you feel like you should be doing. Because even though you're on the right track, as you can see, there are some rough seas out there. Look at that squirrel on top of her head. I think it's a squirrel. But you have some rough seas out there, but don't worry about it, because your North Star is right there and you're following it. And then we have Some career transition. I don't know. Interesting. Change, excitement, opportunity, and advancement. That sounds good. So if you're working, it doesn't really matter what you're working at. There's some exciting changes coming up and opportunities. So keep your eyes open and look, there's your angels right there with you. I love that card. That's a great card. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. So the first card is a Chariot, and they're telling you that your success is due to your dedication and self-discipline. So you're good at that. And also that Archangel Sandalphon is with you now. And he gets confused with Archangel Metatron, because he also is very strong. But he will take your prayers and relate them on to others. And they're saying, keep your defenses up, because there could be some hostilities. I think it's probably jealousy, but don't be surprised at some of those things. Okay. But it's because you are dedicated and you do have self-discipline that you have been as successful as you are. Okay.
Sweet. You okay there?
Yeah, I've got to get him.
Ooh, White Dragon is next. I hope that resonated, Sonia. I'm ready for spring too, Warrior Girl. And yes, really, iguanas falling out of the trees. I think it's when it hits the 50s. They just, they're lizards. They go into stasis, and as soon as it warms up, they
go back to normal.
Run away.
A little bit bruised, but back to normal.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's see what this one is. I love it. There is the truth, and then there's the truth. We were just talking about that really on discernment. Subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not the time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you're to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender is what it is. Peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. Ooh, I love that, White Dragon. That's called Truth Be Told. Just keep it real, basically. And in the dream realm, I love this beautiful card too. I know you do a lot in the dream realm. Not everything is what it may seem. Bring yourself back from all time and all places as a new perspective can be seen. So it's just asking you to take a look at what you know, what you are, what you're doing, and just try to see it from a little bit different perspective. Because the next card is point of view that says the same thing. Gratitude, assistance, guidance, and understanding. Okay, let me pick that. Hell is it? The book on that one. Real quick. I'm sorry, Heather.
Take your time.
Congratulations on your ability to see the positive in all situations in your life. Your connection to the divine is powerful and your faith is strong. The angels are encouraging you to keep this positive momentum of a grateful heart in all aspects of your situation. So remember this dream realm. I know you have a lot of gratitude for the work that you are enabled to do, and just keep up the good work, basically. be honest with yourself and with what you're doing, and all gonna work out, which
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me one bit.
Nope. We got the High Priestess, and what it says for you is that you need to trust your intuition. I think you do. But they said carefully reflect before you act, okay? Because your insights come through your meditation. And I said there are some endings coming, but don't worry because you're still being held. And surprise, surprise, by Michael.
His bestest buddy, Michael.
Right.
I love it. You can't
He's
make
still standing behind you. He's still stable, and he's still going to keep your security going. So it's, he's there. Like I said, surprise, surprise, Michael.
Wow, that's crazy.
Trust your intuition. Know that some of the things that you've had to be doing are going to be ended, and of course, there's going to be new things.
Always something new. Okay. Hope that resonates, White Dragon. Let us know. And Warrior Girl. I'd love a few cards. Crones, I love it. I love being called a crone. When my niece first talked about calling this the Crone Zone, I don't think it was the Crone Zone. It was the Crone something else. I was horrified to be called a crone. And then I started reading about crones. And then I thought, you know what? I'm proud to be one. I like it. I embrace it. We love this community, and we love you too, Lark. Thank you. This is for Warrior Girl. Why can't I shuffle all of a sudden? That card fell out, so that's that one.
Yep. That's hard.
Dr. Gail, I hope my weepy nose hurries up and finishes. She said it was going to finish. My mucous membranes would be all done in February. I wish they'd hurry up.
She didn't say when in February.
Nope, just looked like it would be February before the transformation was complete, whatever that it was. I have no idea what transformation that is. Maybe she can tell me this weekend. Okay. Did you hear, White Dragon? We're going to have Dr. Gail on Saturday. So be sure to be here. Okay. Interesting. If anybody else wants their cards read, let us know, please. We've got plenty of time.
Well, are you ready, or would you like me to go ahead?
Go ahead. No, you go.
The first card was the sixth chakra, which is Archangel Metatron. So he's going to help you with some clarity and the clarity of your thoughts and personal visions. And then it says there you may have a partner coming through, and you're going to get some excellent advice from the heart. Whether it's your heart or your partner, don't know. But there's nothing wrong with getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. And the last one had two cards come out at once for Metatron. And they said the first one is a wake-up call. They think it's time to listen and take note of what they're saying. And what they're saying does require action. So, movement. So you're going to have to do some things as it comes through. It's a wake-up call. Do this. Okay? So it looks good because you're getting some new friends who have good advice. and things are getting clearer to you as to what's going on. Okay?
All righty. I got, oh, good. Sorry, my back is, I got the Yang card, which is about movement. It's actually saying that it's time to move. You have created something that is ready to go, and well, you were dreaming with Aquarius. We are all capable of dreaming, but as those who surrender to vision who are visionaries. And they're saying this project that you have been working on, be sure and use your discernment. Girlfriend, you're ready to make a move.
Mhm.
And the last card is abundance. So make that move and trust in what your project is, because it's going to be successful. And faith, optimism, excitement, and breakthrough. I'd say go for it, for whatever it is. It's time to take action on all those things that you've been working on.
Yeah, both
Like,
sets
good
of
luck.
cards said that you need to make movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Yang card is the number one card of that deck. Whoops. Don't put it on the mouse. Okay, we've got a couple more. Let me just go star them. Hi, Joyful Journey. And okay, so we've got 3 more for cards. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you letting us read for you.
Yes, we do.
So Laura is first. Warrior Girl says, nice, Heather. I've been getting a lot of Polaroid flashes lately. It goes with yours too, Priscilla. Hugs and thank you. All righty, good. Okay, so we got Laura, Jenny, and Joyful Journey left to read. So yay. Okay. I love it when I turn up new cards.
Well, I like these, Laura.
Me too.
Yep. The first one is the doorway to happiness. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. And that's what's coming up for you. And for healing and happiness, it means there are new beginnings in your personal life. The next one is the Hermit. And what this one is saying is either you need to be one or find a mentor. Take a break from society and do what you need to do for your spiritual growth. And the last one is, it's called yellow, but it has to do with joy and happiness. You will have great times. And 2 of the cards are all about going, like the doorway to happiness and health. And then you have joy and happiness. And they're just saying, just keep working on your spiritual growth. So sounds good to me.
Sounds very good. Okay. Okay. I got Oh dear, you're frozen here. Okay, I got the why card first. It's asking you why. Why are you headed in this particular direction? And just make sure that you know the answer to that question, why you're going there, and what your intention is. Be clear about your intention and trust in the flavors of the casserole. I think this is fabulous. That led you here, an unexpected alignment. Let it move you in ways that capture your soul. You've been on this path, and everything you've ever done has brought you to this moment. And this casserole is being prepared to succeed because I open your heart to love. This is about being vulnerable and letting in new energies. I don't know if you're looking for love, but this is certainly could be this vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community. Um, I think this is more about community and becoming more involved in your spiritual side with community. But it all looks good. It's all very positive. So I hope that resonates. And then there's Miss Jenny. Hi, Miss Jenny. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here, and thank you all for your questions. Let me see what this says. Yeah, I think Polaroid flashes, Warrior Girls, are a really cool way to call those because that's exactly what they are, just little flashes, kind of like a Polaroid camera. That's neat. Hi, Morella. How are you? Please watch the replay, Morella. This is really, for some reason, I'm really chuffed about this video and subject. It's super important.
And yet still seems simplest.
Yeah.
And making this thing that seems to be so hard, so easy.
Yeah. It's either the truth or it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, regeneration. I like that.
Well, for Jenny, the first card is the wheel, and what it's saying is that the delays are over. So things are going to start to happen again. Sudden and unexpected good luck, maybe a car or some kind of transportation, or you're going to take transportation someplace. But, you know, anyway, things are beginning to move for you. And the second card is Mother Earth, and she's there to support you in all that you're doing. And she's also going to help ground you. And then it said that you are on the temple path. You're doing what you need to be there. Okay. And let's see. That means you are fulfilling your spiritual purpose. You're on the path, and they support you in what you're doing. So you're looking good. Things are going to start moving again, and you've got the support of Mother Earth, and you have the support of everybody else because you're on the path.
Interesting. Okay. Regeneration, new opportunities.
Cool.
I love that. Opportunities that you thought may have been dead are not. They're coming back. Something's opening up for you. And then we have Bridget, which I love that since it's Imbolc and her day was what? February 1st. May the serpent awake, bellowing with the rising flame and beckoning the wisdom that awaits your return. Okay, I'm going to read on that one real quick because I've forgotten what it said. Because that's me. Okay, where'd it go? Key words here are many manifestations, embracing all your parts and authenticity. Bridget, one of the most complex and beloved deities of the Celtic mythology, is known by many names, including Bridget, Brigida, and Brigantia. Her lore is equally abundant. She's a goddess of fire and water and is connected with healing, craftsmanship, metalsmithing, agriculture, poetry, motherhood, children, life, and death. She's depicted as being many ages, having been known as each aspect of the triple goddess, maiden, mother, crone. But to say she is one thing would be to diminish her beauty and power. Unlike many other pagan deities, she is one of the few to survive Christianity's attempt to ease her influence. Her appearance in your reading means it's okay to be more than one thing, to change your mind or even be something to one person and a different thing to another. Who you are at work requires a very different person from who you are with friends. Who you were in the past does not have to be who you are today. This card validates your desire to take a different path, but also invites you to embrace all parts of you, giving each part of your personality room to shine when appropriate. I love that. Okay, and the funny thing is, so I got the energy healing card next. And I'm really thinking that your guides are telling you to maybe investigate doing some healing modality. I don't know if you already are a Reiki master or if you've had any kind of healing training, but I'm getting the feeling that you are a healer, and you might want to check out some healing methodologies. There you go, Miss Jenny. I hope that resonates. And Joyful Journey is next. Joyful Journey. Okay. Okay, Lark. Now understand you were asking why you were asking about the skies. You must have been seeing chemtrails over the skies, and then all of a sudden it's been clear and beautiful for about a week. Yeah, I wonder what they were up to. I love the name Joyful Journey.
I liked it too.
I mean, that's just a great name, a great handle. Okay. This is our last.
Okay.
Go over and watch Kiguru and her new healing program with Metatron.
Are you ready, or would you like?
No, you go ahead. I'm still working on it.
Okay, the first card I got was called Indecision. It means you need to make a choice. Okay. And the next card was Life Experience. And it has to do with letting go the decision, the beliefs that don't work for you anymore. So the choice is letting go. Okay. Which ones are you going to let go? Hopefully anything that doesn't work for you. There may be an important event that triggers it or something, but it could be life-changing. It might not be. It might just be something popped up that made you say, okay, I got to get rid of that. Okay, so you do have some choices to make. But when you've made those choices and you've worked on those things, there are going to be some more opportunities coming up. And because it's so tiring, they're saying, giving you the gold card, which is replenishment. So don't worry about it. We will help replenish your energy and whatever it is that you need. Okay. But sometimes shadow work takes a lot out of you, but they will replenish. Okay. But they're saying you need to make choices as to which shadow work you don't need anymore, which beliefs that you don't need. So there's choices for you to make, but there's work for you to do. And they will help keep your energy up.
Yay. That's always nice. Well, I've got a change in the wind. Look at how complex this card is. It's just amazing. but there are changes coming your way,
Mhm.
and Spirit's saying, go with the flow. River rocks, go with the current, dear one. Find peace in letting go. Let life wash over your soul and welcome your becoming. That's lovely. So the change is coming. There's nothing you can do about it. And if you can believe anything in life, things change all the time. So there's change coming. Ride that river. Just let it flow. Go with it.
Make your decisions based on
And
what you.
Sandephalon, I think I say that right. I love his card. He's turquoise, which is my favorite color other than pink. After pink, I believe. Forgiveness, seeking freedom, and healing. I believe that you are healing, which is going to give you that freedom. And Spirit's behind you, backing you all the way, helping you through whatever these changes are, and you'll be coming out on the other side healed. So,
And she just said she's in between jobs.
oh,
So
interesting.
they kind of make a lot of sense. You
Yeah.
have decisions to make.
Okay, we've hit an hour.
Wow, damn.
Thank you all for being here. I hope those that came in late will go back and watch the show. I think it's absolutely worth it. I hope to see you. Let's see, what is our next show? Dr. Gail's our next show.
I was going to pull one card for the collective, if that's
Go
okay.
ahead. We have Dr. Gail Skywalking with Moon on Saturday, the Schumann Resonance on Tuesday, and the following Saturday will be Mary Helen Schmidt, our animal communicator, who is wonderful. You all will all enjoy meeting her.
The card that I drew is communication. Speak up. Be heard.
Truth.
Okay? Because we're the ones helping all the other ones that need the help. So speak up. And do send out your unconditional love. When you speak up, do it with unconditional love.
Do it with love.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled the swan for the collective. I am everything I seek, the one I am meant to trust above all else, to create one of the strongest loves within my lifetime. Self-love, self-care. Take care of yourselves. We love you. Come back and visit again sometime. And thanks for all your comments and letting us read your cards. It means a lot to us. And we shall see you next time.
Yes, thank you. Have a
Bye-bye
great
to all.